Allison Coliseum in Huntsville, Texas, ESPN presents Conference USA Men's Basketball. Tonight's game features the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers taking on the Sam Houston Bearcats. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody. This is Tom Franklin alongside Jason Barfield. Jason, game number 2 of the Conference USA season, and both of these teams come off nail-biting wins in game 1.
Yeah, they've done exactly what you need to do. 2 first-year program coaches here, and they went out and they got a win on opening night of conference play. The perfect start for both squads. Western Kentucky especially hot right now. 8 straight wins coming into this one.
Right now, we'll take a look at our HEB. No player does more impact players in the ball game. First of all, for Western Kentucky, they'll be looking to junior guard Don McHenry.
Yeah, the transfer is kind of a do-it-all guy right now for the Hilltoppers. 18 points last time out against Liberty. He's been in double figures in all but 2 games this year, including a career high of 30 at Wright State.
Meanwhile, the Sam Houston Bearcats will be looking to junior guard Lamar Wilkerson.
Yeah, Lamar Wilkerson, a guy who's hit a lot of big shots in his career for Sam Houston, coming off of an injury. Didn't know what they were going to get out of him last time out against Louisiana Tech. He comes in after missing 2 games, scores 24 points to lead the Bearcats to a big win over La Tech in the conference opener.
HEB is the official grocer of the Sam Houston Bearcats, the Bearcat Sports Network. Look there at Steve Lutz, first-year head coach of the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Came off 2 very successful years at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, where he went 47-25 in those 2 years. He leads the Hilltoppers and has got them out to a 12-3 start this year, Jason. And there's Chris Mudge, the first-year head coach of the Bearcats after 13 years as an assistant. 8-8 on the season, but both are 1-0 in conference play. Should be a dandy ball game tonight.
Yeah, I think it's one that, you know, when you look at the matchup, it's something you kind of look forward to. It's a first-time ever matchup for these home fans, a program they've never seen before here in the arena. That just adds a little extra excitement.
So our lead official, Marcus Pettigrew, steps into the circle. Suleiman Doumbia and Babacar Faye ready for the jump. Getting everybody properly aligned. Ball up, and the Bearcats will have the opening possession of the ball game. Jaden Ray runs the point. David Barnes, now Lamar Wilkerson. Wilkerson gets it inside for Doumbia. Pump fake, trying to lean in, kicks the ball back out. Wilkerson's open for 3, it's short. It's an air ball, be tipped in by Tyrone Marshall, and the Hilltoppers come the other way, and they like to streak up and down the floor. Great strip of Brandon Newman by Wilkerson. Wilkerson on the break, got cut off, and we'll get it back outside. And the Bearcats will settle it down. Open 3, left wing, off the iron, no good by Nicholas. And a rebound for Babacar Faye. Rebound, something that the Hilltoppers do almost better than most teams in the country. They average nearly 42 rebounds a game.
Yeah, a lot of size there. They use that to their advantage. They can get on the glass and keep possessions alive.
This is Christian Lander. Threw the ball away. No-look passes sometimes are not successful in the game of basketball.
Yeah, the Bearcats doing a good job defensively. They always have a hand in those passing lanes, try to be disruptive, and that's what you saw there.
So a couple of turnovers for the Hilltoppers to start. Still looking for our first points of the game. Minute 20 in. Here's Doumbia. And the ball circulates to Ray, and now in the corner for Wilkerson off that 24-point game on Saturday. Wilkerson, good pump fake. Baseline jumper is no good. Doumbia tipped it, but right into the arms of Brandon Newman. Here come the Hilltoppers. This is Don McHenry with his first touch. Newman had the ball poked away. He'll step back for 3 and get it. Wow. Brandon Newman.
Yeah, good looking stroke there from Newman, and he had Doumbia in his face. That's a high arcing shot he had to put over the outstretched arm of Doumbia.
Just a 30% three-point shooter on the season. Made it look very comfortable that time for the first points of the game. Barnes, step back 17-footer, rolls around and gets it in. David Barnes.
Each team now on the board, each team with a bucket.
(3-2) is our score. 2.5 minutes deep. Marshall on the high post. Leaves for Newman. Newman tried to go back inside for Fay. Ball picked up by Marshall. Little jump hook in the lane by Fay is no good, but he got hacked on the way down. Suleiman Doumbia gets the first foul of the ball game for either side. And Babacar Faye will go to the free throw line for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, we'll see it here. Just got in on the elbow from Doumbia.
Hilltoppers shoot at 68% from the line on the season. Faye 10% less than that at 58. First one is good. Makes it a 4-2 ball game. First substitution of the ball game. And Brandon Newman comes out, and Enoch Colombe, junior from Quebec, Canada, via Indian Hills Community College. Steve Lutz talking with Newman as he goes to the sideline. Faye makes 2 calm free throws and extends the Hilltopper lead to 5-2.
Oh, he made those look good, didn't he?
Be fooled by a 58% free throw shooter, I'll tell you. Doumbia in the lane, jump hook right hand. Nice attack by Suleiman Doumbia for his first points of the game, makes it 5-4.
Yeah, I think that's something they want to see from him. Be a little more aggressive around the rim.
Here's Faye trying to back his way down on Doumbia. Ball comes out to Lander. Christian Lander driving, shoots it out on the baseline. The shot by Colombe is no good. Bearcats come the other way. Reverse layup try by Nicholas at the bottom of the backboard. And here come the Hilltoppers. Wild pass by McHenry. Lander could not rescue on the sideline.
That's already the 3rd turnover so far for the Hilltoppers. Defensively, the Bearcats are doing what they want to do. They want to force the Hilltoppers into some bad situations, and they've done that so far.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the transition defense plays, because the Hilltoppers want to apply the pressure by getting up and down the floor. Can the Bearcats get back and recover and force them into a set piece? Jaden Ray back for Barnes. Out top 3 is no good. Nicholas with the rebound. Nicholas with a follow, no good. Rebound tipped around. Doumbia tipped it, but it's controlled by the Hilltoppers, Colombe. Here's Lander. Off on the wing. Marshall's 3 is no good. Thought for a minute it was going to go back in after it got that straight up bounce. Bearcats back the other way. Here's Wilkerson on the baseline. Spinning drive. Going to get a foul on Christian Lander. Be his first, the first for the Hilltoppers. Almost 4 minutes deep into this ball game. 5-4 is our score watch as Wilkerson goes baseline.
Yeah, it just jumped right into the path of Wilkerson on his drive. And that kind of contact will usually get the whistle every time.
Substitutions for the Bearcats. Kean Scroggins comes in, as does Cameron Hoofner and Marcus Boykin. Wilkerson goes to the sideline along with Doumbia and Nicholas.
Hoofner, another guy who's been sitting out for the Bearcats. Good to see him back out on the floor, a guy they need.
Inbounds pass is stolen, goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Barnes. Fans behind us don't think that that's the proper call, but that's the way it's going to go. It brings us to an immediate timeout. 4 minutes and 1 second gone by here in the opening half in Huntsville. A 1-point lead for Western Kentucky. All right, the last play before we went to the media timeout. A little question by the Sam Houston players as to whether or not, and some of the fans behind us. And you can see right there, the ball was clearly dribbled off the foot of Kean Scroggins by Dayton Allen.
Hard to miss those pink and green shoes, huh? no mistake.
No.
What got in the way of the ball?
No, that multicolor. You know, a white shoe, black shoe might have been different, but that one, no, can't miss that. 5-4 is our score. Enoch Colombe will inbound for the Hilltoppers in backcourt. A little full court pressure by Cameron Hoofner against Lander. And the Bearcats going to go 1-2-2 zone press, 3/4 court. And a traveling violation against Lander. That'll be the 4th turnover against the Hilltoppers.
And you talk about it, the Bearcats want to get them into a half-court set, and they can play the kind of defense they want to play. And so, you know, for the Toppers, when they get into that half-court set, they've got to be a little more patient with the ball, because they're going to know that that's what Sam Houston wants to do defensively against them.
So Hoofner puts it in to Jaden Ray, and the Bearcats will try to attack and get their first lead of the ball game. Barnes back out for Hoofter. His entry pass is deflected. And here come the Hilltoppers the other way. Lander racing down the floor. Flips for Allen's three. Got it. Dayton Allen with a three ball, coming off a 13-point performance against Liberty on Saturday.
And that's their offense. Get it up, get it quick, and get quick shots off.
Steve Lutz would like to have his team get a shot away within the first 10 to 12 seconds of the shot clock. Going to be a foul on the floor, and this should be against Rodney. They call it on Marsh? No, they called it on Calambay.
Scroggins right now pleading his case. He said he was going up for a shot.
And they said, nope, on the floor.
Said it was on the floor.
See
he even went for a second opinion.
Nope.
Didn't get any luck there either.
See if we get a look here at it. Yep. We're going to get back to play before we can get the replay up. So it'll be 20 to shoot for the Bearcats. Put it out for Marcus Boykin. For Hoofner in the lane. Through a double team, couldn't get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Dayton Allen. Hilltoppers back the other way. Bearcats are back. Newman for Allen to the free throw line. Euro step, couldn't get the roll. Hoofner clears the rebound. Ahead for Boykin. Bearcats trying to give the Hilltoppers a little bit of their own medicine with transition. Boykin's shot comes off the rim, no good. Calambay with a rebound. Three-pointer from the right wing, no good by Brandon Newman. One and done. And here comes David Barnes. Barnes through traffic. Comes outside for Ray. They circulate back to Boykin. Now down for Hoofter. 12 to shoot. Going to be a push on the floor. Calambay? Yes. Calambay picks up two quick fouls. That's going to bring Christian Lander back into the ball game for Steve Lutz and the Hilltoppers. Lamar Wilkerson will come in for the Bearcats. Jaden Ray will get a breather for Sam Houston.
Yeah, and he was okay at first, had the hand off, but as soon as Hoofner backed into him, he put the hand right on the back, and that was immediately when Hoofner tried to make a move, that's what got the call.
8-4 is the score. Shooting has been hard to come by. 2 of 6 for the Hilltoppers, 2 of 10 for the Bearcats. Foul away from the ball. Going to be on Allen. Dante Allen. That's the 4th team foul against Western Kentucky. Put a new 20 up on the clock for the Bearcats. You see Chris Mudge there trying to get his team into some sort of offensive rhythm. In for Hoofner, trying to back his way down against Allen. Still with the bounce. Backing his way in. Right-handed jump hook. Couldn't get it to go. And the rebound comes in the arms of Rodney Howard.
That's shooting in the paint right now. The Bearcats aren't getting on the fall.
Here's McHenry. Crossover against Wilkerson. The floater from 10 is no good. Rebound tipped off the board. Boykin ahead for Barnes. Barnes to the basket with a sweeping right hand. David Barnes with his second field goal makes it an 8-6 game.
Yeah, nice look on a contested shot. Ready to adjust himself in the air. Get the little hook shot in.
Try the entry pass down low, knocked away by Scroggins, and Wilkerson will recover another turnover for the Hilltoppers. That's number 5. 3-ball by Hoofner, no good. Skying for the rebound is Brandon Newman. Here's McHenry through the lane with the left hand, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, last touch by the Hilltoppers. I tell you what, you better have your track shoes on. You want to keep pace in this game tonight.
Boy, they are running
These
up
teams
and down
are,
the floor right now.
What a tempo.
You know, but that's the kind of game Western Kentucky likes to play. Sam Houston, not necessarily. They want to slow it down a little bit. And
they don't mind transition when they get the opportunity.
No, absolutely. But you don't typically see them getting up and down and getting into a track meet kind of game.
Sam Houston, one of their last 8. Western Kentucky, one of their last 7. So the lid has been on the basket so far in tonight's ball game. Scroggins leaves for Barnes, fought his way through a double team. Here's Nicholas on the baseline, got it slapped out of bounds. Should stay with the Bearcats with 13 to shoot.
Yeah, right now the size in the paint is giving the Bearcats fits down low.
Boykin inbounds for Wilkerson. Now 10 on the shot clock. Back to Boykin, trying to attack from the left side. Oh, turned back his way into a defender and got clobbered. Oh, man. Dante Allen, 6'6" and 210. Marcus Boykin, 6'1" and 190. Watch this, when he turns back to his left, bam. Oh, man. Allen will check out. Don McHenry comes back in for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, and that was that kind of contact you can't even brace for.
No.
He didn't see it coming.
On the blind side, turned right into it. So Boykin to inbound. Better hurry. Had it slapped out of the hands by Marshall. They were looking for Wilkerson down in the corner. They took 1 second off the shot clock. 12:55 to go. 8-6, just 14 points scored in the first 7 minutes of this game. In for Wilkerson. Wilkerson, long range three left side, short. Rebound to the Hilltoppers. McHenry races up the floor. They leave it off for Marshall. Couldn't get it to go. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Western Kentucky.
Yeah, good work there by Scroggins, crashing the boards. Just creating a little havoc down low.
Anthony Vicious will come in for the Bearcats. He takes the place of David Barnes, who's got 4, the Bearcats 6. Vicious in his second year with the program from Poland. Remember the Polish national team? Boykin for Nicholas. Nicholas, turnaround jumper in the lane. Got it. We're tied at 8-8. Damon Nicholas with his first basket of the ball game. 12:20 left here in the first half. Marshall from out top, calling from McHenry, couldn't get it to him. They tried to get it instead to Newman. Newman's got it. Back outside for Lander. Newman straight away three is good. Brandon Newman, second three ball of the ball game.
Snapped a spell of about 3.5 minutes since the last time WKU scored.
Steve Lutz says that Newman is a prolific shooter, and we're seeing that right here. Not afraid to go long range. Inside for Scroggins, jump stop and one. Kean Scroggins with his first basket of the ball game. Foul's going to be on Christian Lander. It'll be his second. 15 foul, and brings us to an official's timeout. We've got 11:43 to play here in the first half in Huntsville. 1 point lead for the Hilltoppers. The Bearcats coming back for the chance to tie. $11:43 to play here in the first half. A 1 point lead for Western Kentucky. And when we return to play, it'll be Kean Scroggins with a chance at a 3-point play. It could tie the game. Chris Mudge coming out to have a word with one of our officials. That's Chris Pashy.
I'll tell you what, right now the defensive coaches have to be happy with what they've seen from both sides. Shooting percentages hovering right around 30 for both teams. Bearcats right now from long range, they've taken 5 3-pointers. They have not connected on any of them. Right now, that's what Western Kentucky has going for them. They are 3 of 6 from long range. All of their field goals have been from outside.
And offensive second chances, non-existent virtually. There's been 1 offensive rebound in the ball game. The Bearcats haven't. 1 of their 7 rebounds. The Hilltoppers have 10 rebounds on the game, all from the defensive end. Ooh, rattles in and out. Tough luck for Scroggins, so it stays a 1 point lead for the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. We approach 11.5 to play here in the opening half in Huntsville. McHenry out between the circles. Leaves for Newman, and now this is Tegan Moore, number 30, who's checked in the game. Long range three on the way, no good by Newman. Missed that one. Boykin ahead for Wilkerson. Gets the return pass on the left wing. Wilkerson hooks it off on the sideline for Nicholas. Cut off by Moore on the baseline. Gave it to Scroggins, almost lost a good recovery. Nicholas to the basket, couldn't get it to go. And here come the Hilltoppers again. McHenry leaves for Newman. In the lane for Howard, goes out of bounds off his leg. Another turnover, that's number 6 now for the Hilltoppers. And Howard will check out. Babacar Faye will come back in. Nicholas and Scroggins go out for the Bearcats. Coming in, Owen McGlashan and Suleiman Doumbia.
Tell you what, good shift out there for Scroggins.
Yes. Here's Boykin trying to use Doumbia for a screen, cut off and came to a skidding stop at the block, left side, turnover on the travel.
Knapp couldn't anchor that foot, keep his position.
So again, Bearcats showing a 1-2-2 zone press, but no problem for the Hilltoppers. 10.5 to go now in the first half in a 1-point game. McHenry for Marshall, and now Moore for McHenry with 9 to shoot. Off balance, left-hander's no good. The putback by Fay, no good. Tipped it up again, no good. Tipped it up again. McGlashan had it, rolled off his leg, I believe. I think it's going to stay with it. Nope. Got poked out of his hand. It'll go over to the Bearcats.
We're now 10 minutes into this, and it is looking like points will be at a premium tonight.
Well, you're looking at a Bearcat team which averages 72.5 per ball game, and you're looking at a Western Kentucky team that averages nearly 80 points per ball game.
Yeah, this is not going to be good for the averages.
Here's Ray driving right side, floats it up from the baseline. Jaden Ray, 5'10" in the land of the Giants. Gives the Bearcats their first lead as we go under 10 minutes.
All the problems they're having with size in the paint, and it's Ray.
Henry to the basket with the left hand is no good, but he got fouled. It's going to be on Jaden Ray. He gets the foul on the other end. He gets Don McHenry, and McHenry will go to the free throw line. 86% on the season. One of the best in the conference. McHenry comes from Indian Hills Community College. Lefty's first one on the way and good for his first point of the ball game. Ties it at a dozen. Assistant coach Hank Plona was the head coach at Indian Hills College. Steve Lutz brought him in here, and he brought some talent with him. There are a couple of Indian Hills transfers on this Hilltopper roster. Long three by Doumbia, no good. He was 0 for 3 in the game on Saturday. And that's 0 for 4 now. And here's a pull-up jumper by McHenry, no good. Vishesh gets the rebound, flips it back to Ray. Down low they go for Doumbia. I like that shot from Doumbia better than I like the three.
That's more his wheelhouse.
4 points for Doumbia. And the Bearcats back on top at 14-13.
Man, great feed into the paint too.
McHenry back out for Marshall. This is Fay. Leaves for Newman. Newman trying to attack. Ball poked out of his hands. Recovers. Goes to McHenry. Deep three. Ooh, big shot by Don McHenry from the right sideline.
Yeah, good looking stroke there from long range from McHenry. You know he can fill it up.
He's got 5 points now here in the last minute. Here's a three. It was partially blocked by McGlashan. His attempt, the block from Marshall. Through the lane is McHenry, and he draws a foul. Could be Ray again. Believe it is.
That's going to be his second. He's picked them up in quick succession here.
Back-to-back possessions down the floor will send McHenry down to the free throw line. So Don McHenry been in double figures in 13 of the Hilltoppers' 15 ball games. Second leading scorer in Conference USA. 15.1 per game on the season. Misses his first free throw. He has had 54 attempts now with these 3 in this ball game. And that is only his 8th miss. Got substitutions coming in. David Barnes comes in. Wilkerson will sit down. Vishesh will go to the bench as Boykin comes back in. McHenry with one more free throw. Trying to extend the Hilltopper lead to 3. And does. 17-14. Coming up on 8.5 to play here in the first half in Huntsville. Game 2 of the Conference USA season for both clubs. Each team with hard-nosed victories. Ball bounced off the foot of Fay. Racing for the basket is McHenry, and suddenly a guy who was silent for almost the first 10 minutes has got 8 points,
yeah,
Jason.
Starting to get the feel. He got himself to the line a couple of times. hit the three. Now you're starting to see those points pile up.
And it's a 5-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Ray in the lane, shoots it out for Boykin's three. Big shot for the Bearcats to try and slow the Western Kentucky momentum. Steele on the inbound. McGloshin to Barnes with the right hand. Can't get the finish. McGloshin couldn't get the follow. Back the other way come the Bearcats with McHenry, or the Hilltoppers rather, with McHenry. His pass for Moore, good save on the sideline, but it's intercepted on the throwback. It's Boykin against McHenry. Finish with the left hand for Boykin. And Boykin with 2 quick baskets, 5 quick points for the Bearcats. Ties it at 19. Bearcats have now forced 7 turnovers, and Steve Lutz wants a timeout. And it comes as we're under 8 minutes, so we'll make it a full media timeout. 7 minutes, 24 seconds to play first half here in Huntsville. Back and forth we go. We're deadlocked at 19. .24 to play first half here in Huntsville. We're deadlocked at 19. Sam Houston and Western Kentucky. Jason, looking at the size that the Hilltoppers put on the floor, would you be surprised if I told you that the Bearcats have 12 of their 19 points from in the paint?
No, I mean, that's what's, you know, when you look at the way the matchup is and kind of how the game is going to be played, it's always funny when once you get into it and, you know, it may not necessarily go the way you think.
12-2 points in the paint advantage for Sam Houston.
And especially when you look at the struggles the Bearcats had early on scoring in the paint.
So it'll be Hilltoppers ball in the front court. McHenry for Newman, back out for Moore. Marshall open for 3 left wing. It's going to be short. Rebound taken out by the smallest man on the floor. Jaden Ray ahead for Boykin. Boykin turns back outside for Hoofner, and now Ray. 7 minutes to play first half. Still tied at 19. Boykin looks for Ray. Ray got to the free throw line, leans in with the right hand, no good. That's the offhand for him. He's a lefty. Loose ball on the floor. It is Doumbia, puts it up, no good. Rebound tip, and McHenry's got it. Ball knocked out of his hands, but touched out by Doumbia. It'll go over to the Hilltoppers. See Doumbia hustling there, almost got that follow. And again, the zone trap. Marshall's got on the left wing. They go down low for Fay. Now to Newman. Pump fake. Step in. No shot. Fay on the block. Turns with the right hand. Can't get the roll. And Doumbia clears the rebound. One and done. Ahead for Barnes. Barnes cut off nicely by Newman defensively. Pulls it back outside. 20 to shoot. Barnes hooks it past Doumbia. Another 3. He got that one. Suleiman Doumbia with 7 points to lead all scorers for the Bearcats.
He's kind of like, I told y'all I can shoot from out here. Just give me enough chances.
22-19. Bearcats up as we're under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Fay at the top of the circle for Moore. Moore trying to attack. Drew contact, gets an and one. Tegan Moore from off the bench.
He took a solid hit from Cameron Hoofner and still was able to control his body, get the shot up.
Moore, a freshman from Dry Ridge, Kentucky. Seeing his first action since the 19th of December when they played Cal Baptist. Up off the bench is Rodney Howard. He will come in for Babacar Fay. Chance to tie the game for Tegan Moore. Been to the line 9 times, converted on 8. Make it 8 out of 10. Loose ball goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Marshall for the Hilltoppers. I think that was the announcer's jinx that mentioned the 8 of 9 and got him to miss. I don't know. Here's Boykin. Hooks a pass for Hoofner. Open 3 straight away. Banked it home. I heard him call it.
Little shrug on his way down the floor.
Hoofner with his first points in a while since he's missed some time with a variety of injuries. Marshall sends it in for Howard. Howard off the left block, leaves for Moore. Moore comes outside. McHenry's three, no good. Long rebound, slapped back in by Howard, but right to Doumbia. And here come the Bearcats. They've got a 4-point lead. Boykin to the basket with a spin off the glass. Marcus Boykin with 7 off the bench.
Yeah, he's been a really nice spark here over the last couple of minutes. That's now a 13-2 run for the Bearcats.
4:45 left here in the first half. Moore for three, right corner. Rims in and out, no good. Going to get a foul, going to stay on the floor. Going to be Doumbia, I believe, with the whistle. That'll be his second. Bearcats have 5 fouls. Doumbia has 2. Ray has 2. Scroggins will come off the bench for Doumbia, who's got those 7, including that three-pointer a moment ago. Doumbia also has 3 rebounds. Hoofter will sit down. McGlashan will come in. You see Chris Mudge is trying to just work Hoofter back in. You're going to get his game conditioning up, and an offensive foul as Wilkerson got flattened. Brandon Newman with the foul, his first. That's 7 against the Hilltoppers, but as an offensive foul will not be free throws. So with 4:40 to go, biggest lead of the ball game for the Bearcats at 6 at 27-21. They've made their last 3 free throw attempts rather. They've improved their shooting percentage to 41%. Boykin passes out, it circulates. Wilkerson's 3, make it 4 in a row for the Bearcats. Lamar Wilkerson gets in the score sheet with a triple, and it's 30-21.
Yeah, you just knew it was a matter of time before Wilkerson got going.
Moore goes inside. Howard sends it back outside. Nice pump fake by Marshall, and then he sends it back out. Moore again, driving baseline off the glass to break the dry spell for the Hilltoppers. Second bucket of the half for Moore off the bench. 30-23 now. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Boykin in the lane, had it slapped out of his hands by McHenry, but Boykin's going to shoot free throws after we come back after a media timeout. 3 minutes, 58 seconds to play. First half here in Huntsville. Conference USA action has Sam Houston on top of Western Kentucky by 7. Just under 4 minutes to play. Sam Houston with a 30-23 lead over Western Kentucky. Got free throws coming up for the Bearcats as play resumes.
The Bearcats have really improved their shooting from the outside. They missed their first 7 3-point attempts in this game. They have now hit 4 in a row. Both teams sitting at 4 and 11 from 3 right now.
Bearcats have got an overall shooting percentage of 43% at 13 of 30 compared to 32% for the Hilltoppers at 7 of 22. Boykin's first free throw on the way and good. Marcus Boykin with 8 points now to lead the Bearcats in scoring. Was in a tie with Doumbia at 7 before that free throw. Boykin, the transfer from Barton College in Tennessee. Goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. He's got 9. He will earn a spot on the bench as Jaden Ray will check in. This will be interesting to see him on the floor for these final 4 minutes. Jason Ray, an important part of the Bearcats attack. Kind of a floor general and a leader out there, but he's playing with 2 fouls.
Yeah, went to the bench. Boykin stepped in. Really nice lift to the team coming off the bench. Curious to see how Ray plays it. He picked his 2 fouls up really quick.
Inside pass for Howard, had it slapped away, and the Bearcats come back with it. McGlashan recovered in the paint. Driving baseline as Wilkerson shoots it out, circulates around. Barnes' 3 off the iron, no good. And Howard gets the rebound. Going to be a foul on Scroggins, I believe, for reaching in, trying to rip that one away. And that'll be the 7th foul against the Bearcats. Watch it again. And you see Scroggins coming in late. Either here, McGlashan's going to get it. Make that the 6th foul for the Bearcats. It goes on Scroggins' his first. So we're under 3.5 to play. Bearcats lead by 9. That's their biggest of the game. Here's Moore for 3, left wing. Off the iron, no good. Couple of Bearcats sky for it. And the little man, again, Ray gets it. That guy gets more rebounds for being the smallest man on the floor than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's got 4 tonight. He leads the Bearcats.
Raised pass cross court for Wilkerson, slapped away by Brandon Newman. Man that couldn't get it, and they're going to call a foul on Wilkerson from behind. Newman left a little early on that attack on the basket. Bearcat fans not happy with it as Wilkerson picks up his first foul.
Wilkerson couldn't believe it. Chris Mudge right now asking some questions as well.
See Wilkerson there. 24 points on Saturday. Just 3 here in the first half tonight. But Newman will go to the free throw line. First one on the way and good. Newman has 7 points now in the game. Boykin will come right back in as Wilkerson will sit down. Newman on the season 74% from the stripe. Redshirt senior from Valparaiso via Purdue. Makes his second. Had a history with head coach Steve Lutz. Lutz was an assistant at Purdue for a while in the early days of Newman's career. Ball in the backcourt. Turnover. Moore trying to go baseline. Going to be a blocking foul against Barnes. Not much contact there. We've seen a lot worse. Be a 1-and-1 situation.
Yeah, Barnes looked like he had pretty good position there.
So Tegan Moore was 1 out of 2 a moment ago. We get a timeout called.
Yeah, I think Chris Mudge just wanted to slow things up a little bit. You know, they had the nice run, built a good lead up. Still 7 right now, but a couple of careless plays on the offensive end, some giveaways that have led to some points and some fouls. I think he just wants to bring everything in, settle it down a little bit. You saw him after the foul call against Wilkerson. He was looking at the team, and he was just saying, calm down, settle down, we're okay. But then quickly another turnover on the offensive end, so he decided to use that timeout, gather everybody in, and see if he can see out this final 2:43 of the half and keep some of this momentum.
Bearcats have forced the Hilltoppers into 10 turnovers, but have only converted that for 5 points. Conversely, Western Kentucky has forced 6 Sam Houston turnovers, and they've cashed in for 7 points on those 6 turnovers. That's more the ratio the teams like to see. So Moore at the free throw line. And he missed again. Howard had his hand on the rebound, but it goes into the arms of Barnes. The Bearcats have come back the other way. So Moore has got a couple of field goals, but a couple of misses from the free throw line. 2.5 to play first half. Bearcats with a 7-point lead. They've led by as many as 9. Jaden Ray double teamed way out high. Finds Boykin down to 7 to shoot. Boykin still a long distance from the basket. Step in, 18-footer, hits the side of the backboard. Scroggins got the rebound, but that's a shot clock violation. Great defense by the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Boykin didn't have a whole lot left he could do there. Got down on the baseline, had to just take a fall-away contested jump shot. Defended well by the Hilltoppers.
Excellent sequence for the guys in red and white. Here's Marshall. Out top for Moore. Going to foul in the paint. Offensive foul against Rodney Howard.
That's something that both Scroggins and Doumbia have asked for tonight when they've been down in the paint. They've both come away at different times saying he's grabbing the jersey, and they've pulled on the jersey, and this time it gets called.
First foul against Howard. 9 team fouls now against the Hilltoppers. It'll be double bonus the rest of the way for the Bearcats here in the final 150. Boykin gets it in for Barnes. They'll take it back outside the arc with 13 to shoot.
About 3 minutes since the last field goal for the Bearcats.
Barnes on the attack. Scoops it with the right hand. Rolled off the rim, no good. Rebound to Marshall. Marshall up the right sideline. In the paint. Scoots it out on the wing. Moore's 3. Got it. Tegan Moore with a 3 ball. He's got 7 off the bench for the Hilltoppers. Keeps this game close at 32-28. Oh, Jaden Ray just fumbled that one. Unforced error. Here's McHenry. Goes to the basket. Swatted out of there by Boykin. Holy cow. Did the 6'1" junior get sky high for that one?
Can I see that again?
Oh, yes, indeed.
My goodness, watch Boykin come from the backside and just swat it away.
It's like he climbed on Ray's back. It was crazy. Inbounds it comes for McHenry. Minute to play here in the first half. Here's Moore. He's had the hot hand off the bench. For Newman, 3 from the left wing. In and out, no good. Rebound to Nicholas. Nicholas up the floor for Boykin. To the basket. Finish! Boykin in double figures with 11 for the Bearcats. 6-point lead. Fast break, Fay couldn't get it, but a nice put back by Brandon Newman as the Hilltoppers run the floor. You cannot relax against this Hilltopper team.
No, great follow
they will
up
make
there
you
by
pay.
Newman. Great follow on the rebound, holding his body control, able to put that back in.
Newman in double figures with 10 to lead the Hilltoppers here in the first half. 4-point game, 20 seconds to go.
Not much difference between shot clock and game clock here. Cats can pretty much run it all the way down and take
about
the last
1
shot.
second. Shot clock at 7 as Ray starts to go in motion in the lane. Dropped it off for Scroggins to the finish. Great execution. Here's McHenry from midcourt. No, off the iron. Scroggins with the finish for Sam Houston. Makes our halftime score the Bearcats 36, the Hilltoppers 30. We got a dandy brewing here in Huntsville, Texas tonight. Game number 2 of the Conference USA season for both of these clubs who come in at 1-0. We'll start our halftime activities from Johnson Coliseum after these messages. Team's getting ready to come back on the floor for the second half here at Johnson Coliseum in Huntsville. Sam Houston owns a 36-30 lead over Western Kentucky. A look at our Conference USA standings with the Bearcats and the Hilltoppers at the top of the heap and 1-0 records, along with Jacksonville State, New Mexico State. Then you got 4 teams who lost their first games of the season on Saturday, and Middle Tennessee making their debut tonight.
Yeah,
for
just
the
had to wait an extra day to join the party.
You know, when you got 9, somebody always gets the day off. That's the way it works. Middle Tennessee drew the first day off. Speaking of Middle Tennessee, that'll be the next opponent for the Bearcats on Saturday.
But
meanwhile,
good matchup here. 2 undefeated teams in league play. Somebody's going to go to 2-0 for sure after this one tonight.
And the Hilltoppers come home to play Jacksonville State on Saturday. So here we go, second half. Hilltoppers with the ball. McQueen working on Ray, flips it back outside for Fay. Top of the circle is Lander. In the corner, McQueen got around. He got around Ray, and they're going to call goaltending, I believe, on Dumbia. Basket goes to Don McHenry and puts him in double figures at 10.
Yeah, they were saying the ball was on the way down.
So that means he is now in double figures in 14 of their 16 ball games. He gets into double figures with that to start the second half and cut the deficit down to 4. Here's Jaden Ray in the right corner. Ray on the attack, shoots it out on the wing. 3 ball from the corner by Nicholas is short. Rebound, last touch, they say, by Brandon Newman. And the Bearcats will get a second chance.
Yeah, Wilkerson jumped in there and I think just created enough of disruption to force the ball back over to the Cats.
So Ray to pull the trigger, new 20 to shoot for Sam Houston. They get it in for Barnes. Out to Ray. Down low for Dumbia, had a ball knocked out of his hands, recovers, goes up and got it to go over the front edge of the rim. Suleiman Dumbia now with 9.
He was shocked for a moment. The ball was just sitting there waiting on him after it got knocked out of his hand.
Minute gone by here in the second half. Still a 6-point lead for the Bearcats as each team has scored once. They go inside for Fay. Fay against Dumbia, up and under, blocked, but Dumbia is going to get the whistle, I believe. And if so, that'll be his 3rd. And something critical to watch for head coach Chris Mudge and the Bearcats. Watch here. Leaning over at the end. He did a good job of not going up and going for the fakes, but he leaned in at the end and drew the whistle. So Babacar Faye at the free throw line, made a couple in the first half. And give him 3 for 3 from the stripe so far.
During that shot, Chris Mudge was talking to Marcus Pettigrew, our head official here today. Just wanted to make sure they were watching the elbow as well. Felt like there might have been a hook on the way to the basket. Want to make sure that got in. Put that on the record.
Never hurts to implant the thought. So Kian Scroggins quickly off the bench as Doumbia goes to the bench. First missed free throw in 4 attempts for Babacar Faye. So the lead is 5 for Sam Houston at 38-33. Wilkerson around a double team, goes to Nicholas. He'll try and drive baseline. Try to put it up and under, had it blocked out of there by Faye. And here come the Hilltoppers. McQueen to the basket with a left hand finish. Or not McQueen, McHenry rather. Don McHenry's got a dozen. And he was taking the scoring lead away for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Ray had to be careful there defensively too, playing with the 2 fouls.
Scroggins leaves for Barnes, attacks the basket. Left it short, going to be a foul. Going to be on Faye, I think. It is, it'll be his first. And it'll be free throws coming up here as you watch the up and under by David Barnes. Barnes had 2 early field goals, but then was quiet for the rest of the first half. He'll make his first trip to the free throw line, an 87% free throw shooter. Transfer from Texas Southern. First free throw is no good. Yeah, the announcer's jinx works both ways. I worked on the Hilltoppers in the first half. It works on the Bearcats here in the second half.
Yeah, rare miss, 86% guy. You don't expect misses a lot like that.
Cameron Hoofner getting ready to come in for the Bearcats. He and Chris Mudge talking in front of the scorer's table as Barnes gets ready for the second free throw. No good. So Barnes with 1 more. Got that one. 5 points for David Barnes. 4 points, the Bearcat lead as we approach 2 minutes gone here in the second half. Marshall pulls up, gives it out to McHenry. McHenry looking to attack on Hoofner. High lefty off the glass, no good. And Scroggins clears the rebound. Here comes transition for the Bearcats. Ray trying to push it up the floor, finds Hoofner on the wing. Hoofner goes off in the corner. Wilkerson's 3 is good. Lamar Wilkerson, second 3-ball of the ball game. And the Bearcat lead is now 7.
All right, great feed from Hoofner. Create a little space for himself and then saw Wilkerson open in the corner.
McHenry attacks. Floater with the left hand is good. Doesn't matter if he's got the floater, if he's got the long range. McHenry can do it all on the floor. He's got 14 to lead the Hilltoppers.
I'll tell you what, the 2 guys we talked about in the open, Wilkerson and McHenry, have both brought it here in the second half so far.
Threw a double team with Barnes, lost it. We get trip at midcourt as Newman picked up the loose ball. It's going to be on Jaden Ray, and that'll be his 3rd. So Ray has 3, Doumbia has 3, and Chris Mudge has got a problem now with 17:15 to go. 2 key members of his rotation with 3 fouls. Going to get the floor crew to come up and mop up some perspiration before we resume play.
Yeah, right now looking like they're going to stick with Ray on the floor and let him play with 3 fouls.
Yeah, they made the early sub for Scroggins for Doumbia, but Ray is going to stay on the floor with the 3 fouls, despite the fact that he is the Bearcats' leading rebounder so far in the ball game with 4. Littlest man's got the most rebounds. Go figure. Top of the arc is McHenry. Left it for Marshall. Marshall trying to attack against Hoofner. Shoots it off, open corner 3 on the way, and good for Brandon Newman. And that is the 3rd 3-ball for Newman, who's got 13 points for the Hilltoppers. Cuts the lead in half to 42-39. Hoofner at the top of the arc. 3-ball from the wing is no good by Ray. Long rebound battled for by Barnes, couldn't get it. Goes into the arms of Lander. Ahead he goes for Fay for the two-hand slam. And Chris Mudd says, I need a timeout. 5 points for Fay. 1 point game, 42-41. Timeout on the floor, 16:32 to play here in Huntsville. And it's a 1 point lead for the Bearcats. Back here at Johnson Coliseum, 16:32 to play. The officials during the immediate timeout were taking a look at the last basket before the slam dunk by Brandon Newman.
Goaltending got called down here. That was overturned.
Okay.
So those points will come off the board.
All right.
We were completely wrong on
Wow,
what they were looking
completely wrong what they were looking at. There was a goaltending call very early in the half is what they were looking at, and they overturned the goaltending call, so those points come off the board.
That was.
So instead of being a 1 point game, it's a 3 point game at 42-39.
That was the opening possession of the half,
Yeah.
wasn't it? That was a long time ago.
And so that was a basket for was credited to McHenry. So take away one of those baskets, and McHenry now has 12 points instead of 14. So the three by Newman counted, which we saw, and we thought maybe that's what they were recalling before the slam dunk by Fay. But they so right at the start of the half. So it's 42-39. Scroggins gives off to Ray, who's come back in off the bench with the 3 fouls. Wilkerson, pull-up jumper in the lane, good. Lamar Wilkerson with 8, and it's 44-39.
They evidently did review the shot from the corner and kept that as a 2 as well.
Yep, because Newman is on the board with 12 points and not 13. Here's Lander to the basket with the left hand and the finish. Kristen Lander with his first points of the ball game. 44-41. We approach 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes gone by here in the second half. Knocked out of the hands of Boykin. Brings us to an official's timeout with 15:37 to play, and that's an official's timeout for us as well. Bearcats 44, Hilltoppers 41. We got a dandy working here in Huntsville. Back here at Johnson Coliseum with 15:37 to play in the ball game. A 3-point lead for Sam Houston with the ball. After shooting just 32% in the first half, the Hilltoppers have come off sizzling here in the second half, making 5 of 7 to start the second half, including their last 4 from the field. They cut the deficit down to 3 at 44-41. Jaden Ray, closely guarded by Lander, got in the paint. Ball kicked by the Hilltoppers and belonged to the Bearcats, and they'll reset the shot clock down to 20.
Yeah, shot clock was down to 6. So the Cats will get a fresh 20.
Off the leg of Fay. Here's Marcus Boykin, who had the big first half. Ball knocked out of his hands by Newman. Stays with the Bearcats with 16 to shoot.
You got Boykin and Ray on the court at the same time right now. So Ray staying out there with the 3 fouls.
Ray will run the point. Boykin will be more the off guard. Here's Wilkerson. 3 from the left of center. No good. Rebound tipped. Controlled by Lander. Got it into Fay. Good hustle by the Hilltoppers. Lander has the bounce out near midcourt. Double team now. Got the ball ahead for Fay. Fay through traffic. Leaves it for Allen. Still 12 to shoot for the Hilltoppers. Back in for Fay. Working on Scroggins. Up and under. Can't get it to go. Rebound battled for. It's Newman. Couldn't get it to go. And Ray comes away with it for the Bearcats. Here's Hoofner. Traveled. Turnover number 10 now for the Bearcats. And after having 10 in the first half, the Hilltoppers have cut that down. They've only had 1 here in the second half. So Newman and Marshall will sit down, as will Fay. You got Rodney Howard out on the floor along with Dayton Allen. Enoch Hallenbay. Going with McHenry and Lander, the regular starters. McHenry running into Hoofner. And Hoofner will pick up the foul. Be his second. For the Bearcats, their third of the half. Chris Mudge having a word, trying to yell something out at his team, and one of our officials saying, Chris, get back in the coach's box, please. You can yell at your team, but do it from the coach's box. So Hilltopper ball to inbound on the sideline. 15 to shoot as McQueen has the bounce, looking for a screen. Drops it off to Calambay with a left-hand finish. Enoch Calambay with his first points of the ball game. Makes it a one-point game at 44-43.
You know, Tom, right now looking at the stats, they're only showing Ray with 2 fouls right now. I really thought he was at 3.
Too. We had Howard and Hoofter tied up. They're gonna call it on Calambay. So Calambay picks up his third, team second here in the half. Substitution, we're gonna get Owen McGloshin will come in. Nope, we're gonna take it back. He's gonna go sit on the sideline. So Wilkerson, now he's gonna report to come in. I thought he was coming in there. So here's Ray. Guarded by Lander. Trying to attack, left side pull up, no good. Lander's gonna draw the whistle, be his third. So Jaden Ray will go to the free throw line, has 1 field goal, makes his first trip to the stripe. Bearcats looking to break a 2-minute and 20-second scoring drought here with Ray's free throw attempts. First one on the way and no good, left it short. Ray, an 80% free throw shooter on the ball game. Hoofner comes out, now McGloshin comes in. Brandon Newman will come in, and Lander will sit down with those 3 fouls. And now David Barnes will come in, and Wilkerson will sit down for Sam Houston. So both teams jockeying their rotations out on the floor. 13:52 to go. Bearcats with a 1-point lead. Make it 2 as Ray hits the second of his free throws. 45-43. Again, the 1-2-2 zone trap for Sam Houston. They trap across midcourt. Attacking. Ball almost knocked out of the hands of Newman. He'll put it up with the right hand. Somehow he got it to go. Newman now with 14 points to lead all scorers in the ball game and ties it at 45. David Barnes for Ray. Bearcats no field goals in the last 2.5. Here's Boykin for Scroggins. Pump fake, attacks with the left-hander. Garrett ends his scoring drought from the field. And an and one coming up for Kean Scroggins. The foul called on Brandon Newman.
Yeah, good work there by Scroggins, going strong to the hoop, fighting off a little bit of contact and being able to finish.
Scroggins going to have to pick up a little bit of the minutes here at the big position for the Bearcats. With 3 fouls from Doumbia, the 3-point opportunity from Kean Scroggins is good. You know, interesting if you go back and look at the stat sheet from the Liberty game on Saturday. Scroggins and Doumbia each played 20 minutes. They split it exactly in half. 3 ball from the corner from Marshall is short. Newman had it ripped out of his hands by Scroggins. Scroggins recovers, gives to Ray, and now quickly up for Boykin, left side. Boykin to the basket, too strong. Scroggins had the rebound knocked out of his hands by Dayton Allen. It'll belong to the Bearcats. Put a new 20 on the shot clock and 12:49 to play in the game. I'll throw it in out high for Boykin. Here's Barnes to the free throw line. Now back outside for Ray with 10 to shoot. Ray turned away, will try and attack again. High off the glass, too strong. Tip by McGloshin, no good. Ball batted back outside. Boykin gets it to Ray in the corner. Here's Scroggins, 17-footer, no good. And the rebound comes down to Rodney Howard. 3 great chances for the Bearcats. Couldn't get it to finish. Here's McHenry to Howard. There's a good move. Double team drawn by McHenry. Dishes off for the open lay-in for Howard, his first points. And the lead is back down to 1. Question is, Jason, who's going to blink in this game?
Yeah, I mean, Cats had a nice little lead built up, but Western Kentucky's fought right back into this.
Boykin attacks up and under with the left hand. Marcus Boykin has 13. And the lead back out to 3 at 50-47. Wilkerson waiting to come in, but it'll be after the media timeout as we're under 12 to go. Here's Allen. Leaves it inside for Howard, back to Allen. He got tied up. Great reach in there by David Barnes. The Bearcats will get the ball on alternating possession when play resumes. But right now we got a timeout. 11:33 to play in the ball game. Sam Houston 50, Western Kentucky 47. Don't you go anywhere. We got a big finish straight ahead here in Huntsville. All right, we're back here at Johnson Coliseum with 11:33 to play. 3-point lead for Sam Houston, 50-47. Western Kentucky has outscored the Bearcats 17-14 here in the second half to cut that 6-point halftime deficit in half. It'll be Sam Houston ball as play resumes after the great defensive work by David Barnes, who's been held to just 5 points in this ball game so far.
Yeah, Boykin right now, though, picking up the slack for the Bearcats. He was the guy that kind of sparked that run for Sam Houston in the first half as they built up a nice lead up to 9 points. He's come in, he's up to 13 points, second of all scores in this one behind Newman's 14.
Right now, Boykin on the bench as Ray runs the show for Sam Houston. Feeds Scroggins, leaves for McGloshin. Wilkerson drops it outside McGloshin. Now Ray will reset the offense. Barnes looking to attack. Step back 3 instead. Front iron no good. Scroggins went for the tip and got fouled. I believe it's going to be on Howard. Rodney Howard will pick up his second. Scroggins able to get in there with the position, forcing Howard to go over the top and draw the foul. 15 foul against the Hilltoppers. Inbounds for Wilkerson to the basket for the finish. And Lamar Wilkerson in double figures with 10 now. Makes it 52-47. Under 11 to go. McHenry leans in with the left hand, left it short, and Ray gets another rebound. Trying to go fast break. Off on the wing for Barnes. Wilkerson in the corner. He'll take the 3. Lamar Wilkerson. 5 straight points, and suddenly the Bearcat lead is built out to 8.
Thought about it once, pulled it down, fired away the second time, and Wilkerson's starting to get going.
Under 10.5 to go. Newman left it down low for the finish for Rodney Howard. Second basket both here in the second half. 55-49. Approaching the midway point here in the second half. Doumbia getting ready to come up off the bench for the Bearcats, as are Fay. Wilkerson attacks. He's going to get another foul, I believe, on Howard. Watch Wilkerson go to the basket and hit the deck here. Staying there on the floor. I hope he's all right. Being helped up by his teammates. See if we draw the contact here. There's the crash with Howard. Goes to the floor. Didn't look like he fell funny, but he decided to stay there instead.
Just took a little extra breather while he was down on the floor.
So Lamar Wilkerson with 13 points, coming off a 24-point effort on Saturday against Liberty. Free throw is good. 56-49. Scroggins with some big minutes for the Bearcats as Doumbia picked up his 3rd foul in the first minute of the second half. Doumbia will come back in the ball game. Scroggins line, 7 points, 5 rebounds. No good on the free throw by Wilkerson, but chases down the rebound, threw it in the backcourt. That'll be an over and back violation. bring the ball to the Hilltoppers. You know, they're going to say no possession. The Bearcats pleading no possession because I don't think Wilkerson had his feet on the floor when he corralled that wild rebound and went toward the sideline.
A little discussion over there at the table. I think they were
Put
looking
20,
at the possession arrow.
Putting out, no, it was 20 on the shot clock as opposed to a full 30 was the discussion, I believe. At any rate, we're back underway. Under 10 to go. 56-49, 7-point lead for Sam Houston. Driving the basket is Moore, blocked by Doumbia. Here comes Ray, off on the wing. They get it back to Barnes. McLaughlin in the corner. Leaves for Doumbia, trying to back his way down against Fay with the right hand, left it short. Rebound cleared out of there, but comes loose. Doumbia went up underneath the basket and got fouled. Look at that. You don't see that very often. Watch him here. If they show it again, he goes right through the hoop from underneath.
Yeah, got himself caught in really a tough spot with Fay on the floor.
Here comes.
Get another look at it.
Here's, he missed a little right-hander. Oh, rebound comes out, and there he is, right up underneath the basket. It doesn't count if you go from underneath. You have to go over the top. And we got an injured Hilltopper down on the floor. Training staff out to take a look. Cannot see the number.
I believe it's Fay.
It is Fay. They get him up. Nice round of applause by the fans here. So we got free throws coming up for Souleymane Doumbia.
I think the officials may want to take a look at something here. I think there was a question about an elbow prior to the first shot that was taken from Doumbia that put Fay on the floor. And they may be wanting to take a look at that and see if there was anything more involved with that shot or that elbow.
Especially when elbows come up above the neck, you know, above the shoulders, when you deal with the neck and head. They call the foul on Colombe,
which would be his fourth.
Fourth.
If this stands.
That's
now
what's
the
on
foul,
the scoreboard.
The foul would have occurred after the elbow that I think they're looking at right there that you see.
Let's see here. Doumbia backing his way in.
I don't.
No, there's no elbow.
It doesn't look like the elbow gets up high enough.
Yeah, it's his shoulder that makes the contact more than his elbow, from this angle anyway. And he is outside the arc.
We'll get another good look at it here. Yeah, I don't think the elbow gets up into the face area. That kind of catches him right across the chest with it.
Yeah, it's down low in the writing of the western part of the Western Kentucky on the jersey. Now the officials huddling now over at the scorer's table after they've all had a look at it.
Yeah, and if it stands, if everything stays put the way it is, then Doumbia will be going to the line to shoot a pair.
Otherwise, it could be his fourth foul.
It could be his fourth. It's a big call here, depending on what they decide. We'll see if I don't know if we'll get an explanation or not.
Yeah, Marcus Pettigrew talking to Steve Lutz.
Doumbia is walking over to the line. I think we'll go ahead and get an explanation.
We'll get an explanation from Alexander Thompson. He'll come and tell Jason what's going up.
Just a common foul.
So that is the ruling indeed, just a common foul. And the foul is on Colombe. It'll be his fourth. And two free throws coming up here for Souleymane Doumbia, looking to get into double figures. First one is no good. Bearcats have not been good from the line. Lander comes in as Colombe goes out. Second free throw is good. 1 out of 2 for Doumbia, who gets 10 points now in the ball game. Bearcats with 3 players in double figures. Wilkerson 14, Boykin 13, Doumbia 10. They have an 8-point lead.
Bearcats 7 of 12 from the stripe for the game now.
Here's Fay. Leaves it for Marshall. On the wing, Landers 3, right corner, good. Christian Landers' second field goal, both here in the second half. Makes it 57-52.
Just not allowing Sam Houston to pull away. Every time they get that lead up to 6, 7, 8, Western Kentucky has a response.
Doumbia for Boykin. McLaughlin trying to feed Doumbia, now does on the right block. Doumbia shoots it out. Barnes will attack the paint, draws contact, and will go to the free throw line. Maybe on Moore. It will be on Tegan Moore, his first. And that's 8 team fouls against the Hilltoppers, just 3 against the Bearcats here in the second half. So David Barnes to the free throw line. Been quiet offensively, just 2 of 7 from the field. And now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Has 6 points. McLaughlin checks out. Hoofner comes in.
Barnes an 86% free throw shooter on the season.
Barnes looking for his 7th point. He has only failed to reach double figures in 1 game this season. Second one on the way, off the iron, no good. Hoofner with a rebound, however, had it knocked out of his hands, goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by the Bearcats. 58-52 is the count. 8:39 left.
You don't see that. 2 free throw misses tonight for Barnes.
That's definitely a first of the season, I would suspect, considering he only had 9 misses coming in the first 16 games. Here's Lander, almost lost the dribble. Shoots it down for Fay. Fay, jump stop in the lane, blocked by Doumbia. Fay gets it back and follows his own block shot for the bucket. 7 for Babacar Fay. Never give up on your shot. Fay with the evidence right there. 58-54. 8 minutes to go in the ball game now. Here's Doumbia again. He and Fay on the other side. He'll kick it back out for Hoofner. Good pump fake. Open from 17. Missed it. Rebound taken down by Fay.
Almost had too much time to think about that one.
Here's Lander. Almost lost the dribble. Picked up by Marshall. He lost the dribble. Barnes has got it. 2 on 2. Barnes streaking to the basket with the right hand. Got it to roll over the edge of the rim.
Good body control there from Barnes. Contested layup on the break.
And toughness. 6'5", 215. You got to be physical to go in there and handle that. Here's a 3 by Allen from straight away. What an answer by the Hilltoppers. Dayton Allen with his second 3 of the ball game. Makes it 60-57. Cut the lead in half just like that. Here's Boykin out top. Ball knocked away from Doumbia. He recovers in backcourt, but that's not an over and back. 10 to shoot, and now we're going to get a reach-in foul against Fay. Babacar Fay will pick up his second foul. It'll be free throws coming up for Suleiman Doumbia after an official's timeout. 7 minutes, 1 second left to go here in Huntsville. Nothing has been decided. The Bearcats with a slim 3-point lead. Seven minutes, 1 second to play here in Huntsville. A 3-point lead for the Sam Houston Bearcats over the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Both teams looking to start the conference season with a 2-0 mark. Coming off wins on Saturday. Western Kentucky a 2-point nail-biter against Liberty. And the Bearcats were 4-point winners over Louisiana Tech. Suleiman Doumbia at the free throw line. First free throw on the way and good. Give him 11 points, 2 out of 3 from the line. Has 4 rebounds to go with it.
Yeah, that was the 9th foul, so the Bearcats will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. Sam Houston on the other side, only 3 fouls so far here in the half.
Doumbia goes 2 for 2 from the line to extend the lead to 5. 62-57. Under 7 to go now. As Lander takes it across the line, picked up by Boykin. Out high is Rodney Howard. Back for Lander. Lander, step back 2-pointer, off the iron, no good. And Barnes pulls the rebound down for the Bearcats. Quickly to Boykin. But the Hilltopper defense is back. Boykin with a bounce outside the arc. Down for Hoofner to the basket, blocked from behind by Marshall. Goes out of bounds, stays with Sam Houston with 16 to shoot. Damon Nicholas will come in for Hoofner. Inbounds, 3 for Doumbia, no good. The rebound comes down to Tyrone Marshall, and here come the Hilltoppers. More to the basket, rejected in part by body work from Doumbia. Here's Wilkerson, cut off on the baseline. Now gets up and under with the right hand. Hold on long enough, you can finish. 16 for Lamar Wilkerson to lead the Bearcats, who have opened up a 7-point lead again. Here's Allen with a drive, and Wilkerson's going to pick up the whistle here. No, it's on Nicholas. His first, 4th against the Bearcats.
Boy, what a finish on the other end by Wilkerson. I didn't think he was in a position to be able to take that shot, especially on a reverse layup. As we'll see the reach there by Nicholas.
Yeah, before Wilkerson can get over, the ball came loose. So the foul came out top. Inbounds from underneath the basket. Finds its way to McHenry. Been quiet for much of the second half. Got off to a quick start, but has been quiet here with 5:45 to go. Going to be a foul on Boykin. His first, and suddenly the Bearcats have 5 fouls now. That'll bring Jaden Ray back in. Ray to come in for Boykin.
Boykin's had a good spell on the floor for the Bearcats. Career high 13 points. Give him a breather and get him back out there.
So here's Howard at the top of the arc. Shot clock is down to 11. Air ball by McHenry. Don't see that very often. Bearcats back the other way as Rayos slow it down a little bit. With a 7-point lead, the clock starts to become your friend. Here's Doumbia. Leads for Wilkerson, lost it. Howard gives it up for Allen. Almost a steal by Wilkerson. Going to be a reach-in foul on Wilkerson. And that is now the 6th foul against the Bearcats.
3 on Wilkerson now.
See him fighting for it from behind. Attacking the basket as Marshall got turned away. Now it's Lander outside the 3-point arc. Long range, high archer is good. Lander with his second 3-ball the second half. He's got all 8 of his points here in the second 20 minutes. He cuts it down to a 4-point game.
Another big bucket to keep the Bearcats from pulling away here.
Here's Wilkerson trying to answer for the Bearcats. Backing his way down, got in the lane, kicked it back out. Going to be a foul on the Hilltoppers. Lander picks up the foul, his 4th, 10th team foul. So we got 2 free throws coming up for the Bearcats. Something that doesn't happen very often. The Bearcats are out rebounding the Hilltoppers 37-31. It's usually the other way around. It's usually the Hilltoppers with a 6 rebound advantage in a game.
Well, that's big right now, Tom. Technical fouls were just given to Lamar Wilkerson and Marshall. And for Wilkerson, that will be his 4th personal foul now. He's got 13 points here in the second half. And
there was
some jawing at the line. Marshall and Wilkerson were talking, and finally A technical foul was given to both of them.
Wilkerson makes both free throws.
Now
So he will take a seat.
Yeah, that's big.
As Boykin will come in. So here we go. 4.5 left. 66-60 is the count. Howard out top. Leaves it for Marshall. Marshall trying to attack. Off the glass and got the roll.
Tough shot.
First points of the game for Tyrone Marshall. 66-62. Who can execute the best here in these final 4 minutes plus? Barnes goes back outside to Ray. Shot clock is at 13 and counting. Ray out top for Barnes. Fumbled the ball. Loose on the floor. Recovers. Got it to Doumbia. Out high for Boykin. He'll go in the lane. Lost it. Doumbia recovers. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down for Allen. Dante Allen for Lander. Lander trying to attack. Shoots it out for Marshall. Open for three. It's good. We got a 1-point game. Marshall with back-to-back baskets. Makes it 66-65. And Sam Houston calls timeout with 3:35 to go in the ball game. The timeout coming under the 4-minute mark will be an official's timeout. Man, oh man, we expected a dandy ball game tonight. We are getting exactly what we expected. Sam Houston 66, Western Kentucky 65. Back for the exciting finish at Johnson Coliseum after this. 3 minutes, 35 seconds to play. Sam Houston at 1 point led by 7 just a short time ago, but making 3 field goal attempts in a row were the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. They have shaved 6 of the 7 points off the lead. It's 66-65. Bearcats will have the ball in front court with 28 to shoot. As play resumes, Chris Mudd's looking it over. He says, you know, I was in this position on Saturday. My team was able to execute down the stretch. Can they do it again? Bearcats have not scored a field goal in 2.5 minutes. Ray out for Barnes, now Boykin. Back to Barnes, pump fake, trying to drive, cut off, maybe a travel, yep. 14th turnover for the Bearcats, 14 for each team now. And Western Kentucky, which had 10 turnovers in the first half, only has 4 here in the second half. Clock ticking, we're down to 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Hilltoppers with a chance for the lead. The reverse layup goes by Tyrone Marshall, who's got their last 3 baskets, all 7 points, and the Hilltoppers take the lead.
Yeah, first lead for Western Kentucky since the 8-minute mark of the first half.
Wow, 3 minutes to go exactly. Oh, bad pass by Ray. Nice recovery by Barnes to keep it in bounds. Outside is Boykin. 10 to shoot, Boykin to the basket. Tried to shoot it out for Barnes. It's intercepted by McHenry. McHenry racing down the floor. Pump fake, shoots it back out, intercepted by Boykin. Boykin will race the basket. Euro step finish. Oh, what a basket by Marcus Boykin.
1 of 3 on the break. Boykin took it up. What a finish there by Boykin. He's got 15.
2.5 to go. 1 point lead, Sam Houston. Hilltoppers with the ball. Lander, he's got 4 fouls. To the basket with the left hand, won't go, but the finish is there by Rodney Howard. The putback with 2 hands, 69-68, Western Kentucky with 2:10 to go. Jaden Ray. Bearcats trying to slow down, execute a good play. They try to feed it inside for Hooker. Kick ball by McHenry. It'll stay with the Bearcats. 20 to shoot, 1:56 left.
Chance to get Lamar Wilkerson in the game. You wondered how long Chris Mudge was going to go with Wilkerson on the bench
with those 4 fouls. Yep.
18 points to lead all scorers.
They get him the inbounds pass. Baseline jumper won't go. Rebound tipped. Who's going to control? Suleiman Doumbia with the loose ball. Ray, deep 3. Got it! Jaden Ray, huge 3-pointer. 71-69, Bearcats by 2, 1:40 to go. And Steve Lutz will take a timeout. Oh my goodness. You know, it was funny, Jason, when before the start of the ball game, went through my usual pregame routine, and when I was coming out before the teams went into the locker room, I saw Chris Mudge out behind the curtain back there, and we talked for a few minutes. The first thing I asked him after Saturday's game was, did you take your heart pills for today's game? He said, yeah, but I don't know if it was enough, and he was exactly right.
I did not take mine, and I'm wishing I would have now.
71-69. 18 points for Lamar Wilkerson, 15 for Marcus Boykin, a dozen for Suleiman Doumbia for the Bearcats. But check this line out. The little guy, Jaden Ray, after that 3-ball, 6 points, but he's got 7 rebounds to lead all players in the game for both sides. Nobody's got more than the 5'10" Jaden Ray.
Talked about the size and the rebounding advantage of Western Kentucky, and then it's 5'10" Jaden Ray who leads everybody.
McHenry's got a dozen, and Newman's got 14. They're the leading scorers for the Hilltoppers here. A minute and a half to go. They trail by 2, and they've got the ball. Allen for 3 for the lead. In and out, no good. Rebound tipped off the hands of the Bearcats. Ray was going up. Scroggins was there as well, and neither one able to contain it, so the Hilltoppers get a second chance with 1:25 to go. Put a new 20 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it's not only the 7 rebounds by Ray. The Bearcats are out-rebounding Western Kentucky, 38-34 on the game. And that's an advantage Western Kentucky has had in their ball games all season long.
They're +6. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. In the corner is McQueen. He'll step back for 3. Got it! And the Hilltoppers take the lead back. 72-71. 15 now for Don McHenry, our HEB Impact Player of the game. 1 minute to play coming up right about now. Here's Barnes for the Bearcats. Between the circles, attacks on the wing for Wilkerson's 3. There's the answer for Sam Houston. 21 for Lamar Wilkerson, our impact player. It doesn't often work out this way, but today the impact players that we feature at the start of the game coming through and showing you. 21 for Lamar Wilkerson, 15 for Don McHenry.
Another good look at the 3 from the corner here. Everybody on the bench, hands in the air. They knew it when it came off the hands of Wilkerson. 3 points in the first half for Wilkerson. He's got 18 here in the second half, and I'm going to take credit for both these players having a game.
Yes, you will.
I chose the players to watch
as the
today.
analyst, that is your duty.
Yep.
And you came through.
We're gonna put that other on Ken. He's not here, so I will take credit for that.
You know, you mentioned that Sam Houston has the edge now in rebounding for the game. And in the second half, they are out rebounding the Hilltoppers 18-12. So right now, we've got 55.2 seconds to go. Sam Houston by a pair, 74-72. And now, after Chris Mudge called the timeout after the 3-ball, Steve Lutz says, I'm taking my timeout here with 52.9 to play.
Got them, use them.
So each team now with 1 timeout remaining after this one. Hilltoppers have made 6 of their last 8 field goal tries. They're shooting 48% from long range. They are now 10 of 21. And of that 10 of 21, they are 5 of 7 here in the second half.
You know, had a chance to talk to Chris Mudge during his weekly press conference earlier this week, and we talked about Conference USA and his early impressions. And he said every single game is going to be a dogfight. You looked at the opening weekend of scores. There were every game was within 10 points.
Yeah, with single-digit deficits,
and
right.
So he knew that, you know, every time out it's going to be this kind of game. And he talked about the importance of taking care of your home court in these conference games. They did it against Louisiana Tech, and he talked about how important it is to do that. And again, another great fight from his team on the home court tonight.
Inbounds, it comes for Lander. Plenty of time for the Hilltoppers here. Shot clock is still at 20 seconds. Lander on the attack to the basket, drops it off for Marshall. Right-hander is good. We're tied at 74. Tyrone Marshall with 9 points, all late here in the second half. We're even at 74 apiece. Game clock down to 30. Shot clock at 20. Key possession for the Bearcats. Chris Mudge barking the instructions from the sideline. Jaden Ray holding it out in between the circles.
Gotta like Wilkerson here.
Ray to the basket, high off the glass. 8 points for Ray, 76-74. The little man in the land of the Giants. Not only does he lead with 7 rebounds, maybe the biggest basket of the ball game right there to give the Bearcats a 2-point lead with 14.7 to go.
And I don't know who jumped higher there. Ray on the shot here, you see him sky, and I don't know if we're going to see it, but Chris Mudge comes leaping down the sideline. You can see his feet there trying to get the timeout call.
Man, oh man. Final timeout for Sam Houston as he tries to set up his defense for these final 14.7 seconds.
What a big, big clear out there by Ray. It was him all the way. He stood at the point, watched the clock, dribbled it down, got to a spot where he was comfortable.
He said, "You're not going to challenge me big? I'll show you."
He attacked the basket.
So now what does Steve Lutz draw up for his Hilltoppers? Marshall's been a big factor here in the waning moments of the second half. He's got 9 points all here in the second half of the second half. See if we get a look here at the basket. Watch head coach Chris Mudge.
Yeah, watch Mudge here. Jump, jump. There we go.
Timeout, timeout. So here we go. It'll be all 94 feet for the Hilltoppers. Lander will pull the trigger on the inbound. Let's see what the Bearcats decide to do defensively. They do not guard the ball, so they go 5-on-4. But McHenry gets the inbounds pass easily. 10 seconds left. McHenry against Ray. Pulls up for the jumper. It's short. Rebound into the arms of the Bearcats. Taken down by Marcus Boykin with 3.6 to go. And Boykin can put the game away from the free throw line.
Bearcats forced a contested shot from McHenry.
Not surprised that they go with their big man. Put it in the hands of McHenry for that potential tying shot. Watch there, the pull up. Good defense by Ray. Ball short. Rebound there, Boykin. And the reach in foul by McHenry. Boykin's first free throw, the lefty, is good. It's a 3-point game now. Boykin was 16 in the contest. And now Steve Lutz will call his final timeout.
Boy, and once again, it is the 5'10" Jaden Ray who was the one who was skying and getting a hand in the face of McHenry to disrupt that shot a little bit. You had Scroggins there down low. Scroggins switched off late. McHenry took the shot, and Ray was the one who came flashing by and got his hand up to contest that last shot.
3.6 seconds to go. Marcus Boykin with one more free throw. Boykin on the season a 64% free throw shooter. In today's ball game, he is 3 for 3 from the line. If he makes the second one, it just about ices things for the Bearcats. But stranger things have happened with 3.6 seconds to go. You and I have seen enough basketball games to see weird stuff happen. You see somebody come over late on a desperation 3-point try and a 4-point play result, and we could be headed for overtime. But first things first, it's up to Boykin. Does he really put the pressure on the Hilltoppers with the second free throw?
Yeah, Bearcats will leave everybody back. It'll be Boykin on the line by himself.
And you'll see at least 3 red jerseys down there. Maybe only 2. We'll see what happens. But you see 4 Bearcats collecting at midcourt. Steve Lutz going back over after trying to come up. They're going to go with 4 guys down along the free throw line. McQueen is going to be between the circles. 4 Bearcats are deep. 77-74. And Boykin makes the free throw. 4-point lead. 78-74. Deep 3 by Lander. Rims in and out. No good at the buzzer, and the game is over. And the Sam Houston Bearcats go to 2-0 as members of Conference USA with a hard-fought 78-74 victory over the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. The Hilltoppers drop to 1-1 in the league and see their 8-game winning streak come to an end.